What's up, y'all? My bad. It took me a while to upload these files, but let us get into it. Welcome to the December 2018 Live Air Tribe Report. My lovely Air Tribe, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. What it do, what it is, how y'all doing? I really do hope that this report very powerfully speaks to all of you. And just like the report we did yesterday, I'm going to be doing these at the beginning of each month. If your moon, sun, rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, any energy you have here is here, this will be accurate. If you don't have energy here, you still want to stay tuned. This is definitely going to be accurate for you regardless. Okay. Just and once again, just like Get Your Rate asked, this is not sun sign only. Good question. This is even if you don't have your sun sign here, you can still watch this. It's just going to be more accurate for the sun, moon, and risings. I will be channeling messages. Can anyone see my energy like changing? I kind of feel low energy, but I know I'm not the only one feeling into this. And yes, Brienne, we are saving water for last. Technically fire, but y'all are both going to be tomorrow. Okay. And shout out to Susie Segura who's showing love. I will, of course, be doing channeling messages for each sign, and then I'll take care of super chat requests at the end. All right. Yeah, I do seem subdued. I slept a lot today, and yeah, I just like you find a spiritual fight, battling vibrations that seek to keep me with my head down instead of confident, and that's just not happening on my watch. Okay, I would definitely love an aura cleanse. Nick Smith, no, surprisingly, I'm actually sober. I haven't really smoked. I'm doing an ayahuasca ceremony, so I can't smoke marijuana before it, just to clear my energies out. But yeah, I'm totally open to any Reiki that any of you might want to send. And yeah, let's get this show on the road. So, Air Tribe. This will echo some of the stuff that I did for the Future Life Monthlies as well. You really want to stand your ground. Make sure you don't let people play you. Air, you have a very great sense of logic, and it's hard for people to argue with you. Thank you, Rose. Thank you so much. It's hard for people to argue with you. Hey, Norma, what's up? What's up, Miss Rafa Show? So, what's up, Divine Blossoming? What's up, Leslie? What's up, Jen Kincaid? I'm gonna have Jim on a peace talk soon. Air, people cannot really argue with you because you have this detached logic that doesn't account for people to put emotional hooks. This is the main message I have for you this month. Air, certain people who are intimidated about you, thank you, April. Certain people who are intimidated of you, they seek to find ways to manipulate your emotions so that they have some kind of leverage. And people are going to find that they really don't have those hooks. You'll find, especially even more so this month, there's the whole dynamic and issue of people, not addressing the logic you say and just attacking your character. Be very mindful of ad hominems. Be very mindful of red herrings. I think a lot of you air signs are stretching yourself thin. Libra, you especially. Libra, you do not have to clap back to everybody. You're too intelligent to be clapping back to certain people they're not even smart. Like they don't even know what they're saying. You could really find yourself just getting worked up over like mere losers who literally like they're just wasting your time, because your words are more valuable, your ideas and thoughts. So keep that in mind. You're going to have people, you can basically spell out to people your argument and why you're right, and they will just attack your character, hit you with an ad hominem, hit you with the red herring. All right. And it's very, very important. Happy birthday, Desiree. Happy birthday to you. I hope you enjoy it. Rise above air. All right. If you're talking about, you know what I'm saying, if you're talking with a friend, that's a different thing. If it's someone you care about, that's different. But people, energies, frequencies, you know what I mean, don't entertain the BS. Keep that in mind. Stand your ground. Air, a lot of you are going to find yourself in positions where you are standing alone with unpopular opinions. Just because a majority of other people stand against you doesn't mean they're right. Just because a majority of other people are trying to play with your name, are trying to make fun of you, doesn't mean that they have any merit. You have the advantage here in that you have the intellect. You're looking at things objectively. You're looking at things with the right perspective, and be willing to own up, because there are going to be certain facets of this month where you realize you're wrong about certain things. As long as you own up to it, you don't have to entertain any of the mess that people are. People are going to try and hook on you because air, you're able to give people mental clarity, but people are going to come to you so that you can excuse the bullshit that they're on. Don't be that person, and be willing to call out people, even if it makes you unpopular, like Margaret's middle name. Shout out to Margaret, by the way. Always happy and grateful for your support. Shout out to Miss Bevis. Shout out to MK. All right. Shout out to Lucky Jessica in the building, and Adrienne and Gilbert. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's one major theme I pick up for you. You are no one's biatch. Okay, you are no one's shiitake mushroom, and you don't have to deal with any Garfunkeling experiences. I'm really practicing these curse word substitutes, but this is the major message here. It's coming in strong. Psychological warfare. There are people who are trying to psychologically torment you out of jealousy. And it's not like they're jealous. What's up, Moonbay? It's not necessarily like they're jealous of your success. What's up, Gladiator and Sweats? It's not necessarily like they're jealous of your success. It's not necessarily that they're jealous of like any extra money you have. They're jealous of your mental clarity. They're jealous that you can go through really intense things and still be okay with it. And some people seek to have you be down. How many of you have been feeling attacks on your character? Like, do any of you personally feel like at a very passive aggressive subtle level, because you're happy, because you're positive about certain things? You know how someone could be positive when everyone else is negative, and then it's like, how dare you be happy? This is really the basis of this. That's why I'm like, don't even entertain it. Because if you acknowledge and argue back with them, this is letting those people know that you hold to a certain level acknowledgement of what they're saying when they're not even on your level. Air, you are like, you're air. Literally, there's earth that has to ground us, and then there's air literally above earth. And then there's water around this. NASA has, I guess, discovered that space is water, and that represents the water that condenses and falls as rain droplets in this airplane. And also in space, it doesn't condense as space, but you know what I'm saying? Air represents that higher realm. And sometimes you cannot lower yourself for the petty actions of certain people. Okay. I don't mean to say this. You know what I mean? Right? Shout out to Wavy Bill. How dare I call you out on your BS? Some people are going to try and make you feel like the bad guy just because you're telling the truth. Okay. So understand what you're experiencing is the cognitive dissonance as well as the denial other people have, and they're going to try to come to you so that you can excuse their denial. And when you don't, they'll be mad. And this doesn't have to be direct. This could be indirect, where you believe a certain idea, and because someone else doesn't believe that, you're not talking to them, but they fit the shoe. That's going to happen as well too. If you're air sign, sun, moon, rising, midheaven, Venus, Mercury, you could totally tap into all this. This is not specific to just sun signs. This is important to keep in mind, though, because some of you may have started to doubt whether you're doing the wrong thing for telling the truth, and you're not. Okay. Once again, be prepared to champion unpopular ideas and opinions. It's not about being popular, it's about staying true, period. So we do have the Seven of Pentacles and the Strength card, which is signaling for all. These are the cards for all three signs. The Seven of Pentacles and the Strength. Many of you are gaining your inner fire back. I don't know about you, but I've kind of lost a lot of my fire. I've lost a bit of my passion. And that's because this Earth, we have Pluto and Saturn in Capricorn. Uranus is in Taurus. That's in our water houses. It's kind of sensitive for us. But thankfully, slowly but surely this month, you're going to be regaining passion. It's not just all going to come back, but it's going to really allow you to really manage and nurture and cultivate your passions, especially very sexually. This is also going to indicate an individual who's going to be patient with you and be assessing their relationship with you during this time and period. Okay. We also have the assistance from two high profile, high class priestesses. It's not a coincidence that we have both the high priestess of fire and earth to really, and once again, this really mirrors the Seven of Pentacles, who the high priestess of earth will come to really help patiently move forward your energy. Shout out to Storm Dancer in the building. We're going to do a amazing, I think one of the most magical rituals that I've ever done. I'm so excited for that. My RBF doesn't make me look excited, but I'm actually excited. And the high priestess of fire channeling through the strength. So these two high priestesses are going to come through. And let me tell you why. Because we also have higher power and a leg up. A leg up has everything to do with having an advantage. And this higher power is coming through the high priestesses. Celestial divine forces are literally going to hook you up with great help. These high priestesses want to help work with your fire and earth energy so that you can passionately ground and take really exciting developments and have them last. But I want to read the leg up card for you. Receiving help, delegating authority, interdependence. You've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal. Life has a way of presenting you with perfect people to align with who can give you a leg up during this next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all the areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept that aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. Okay, now is such a time. And I usually don't like to read all of this, but I'm going to read all the messages here. Relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you, just as you are there for them. This is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and to ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust. You will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. Ask and it is given. All right. Now is the perfect time to seek advice from a mentor or business advisor who has been where you want to go to help you get there too. If you do, You will receive very good counsel that will aid in your prosperity. It may also be the case that your endeavors have grown and you are in a position where you just can't do it all yourself anymore. Time to bring on those who can give you a leg up. Trust that help is available and it will indeed appear. Delegate authority to others so you can take steps towards your big dream. The perfect people will arrive at the perfect time, so long as you step forward with just a mustard seed of faith. And finally, for protection, are you always insisting on doing everything yourself? I know I am. I legit want to be a one-man army. So that this message is hitting me heavy right now. Do you have little faith that help will come? Convinced that the burden of the world is doomed to remain on your shoulders. Your beliefs about going it alone need to be discarded as they do not serve you at all. Let others help you. Yes, it will make you feel vulnerable in Biru, but oh shit. Yes, it will make you feel vulnerable to admit you need a helping hand, but to be vulnerable is good. Okay. For you have a lesson to learn. You must let someone else assist. You can't do life all by yourself. I thought you could actually, but you can't. Once you shift, I'm just joking. Once you shift your expectations, you'll be amazed by how quickly help arrives to give you a leg up. And this is why I'm reading. I don't normally read from this book, but I'm going to read for both cards. This is why this is a big idea, a deal. Who is going to help you? Higher power. You are directly receiving aid from a higher power because you are outnumbered, especially because a lot of you have this unpopular opinions. You're going to have support from the best influences, okay? And let me read a higher power because this is also important too. Conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, committing to a partnership with spirit. It is this Christ-like higher power that wants to help you gain a leg up on the competition, on your trials, on anything you're going through. This card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. See how it already intertwines? You have an immortal soul and are gifted with a human life through which a higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. Ask, what is the highest good for all? How can I serve? Then get out your own way and trust that there is a plan for your life more wondrous than you can ever know. You are always protected and divinely directed. It's time to address how much effort you give to your relationship with your higher power, called God, Goddess, Spirit, or any other name that is sacred and holy. I can't wait for the new moon in Sag. This is everything I've been waiting for my entire life. Recognize, and I'm sure many Geminis too, recognize that your partnership with spirit is your number one priority. The appearance of this card also indicates that there is a deep spiritual bond between you and another person who is essential to your growth and evolution. Tend to your spiritual connections and remain aware of your true nature. Sometimes your work just flows through you. Ideas come rushing in and inspiration bubbles up from a wellspring you didn't even know you could access. When you enter agreements, begin projects, and negotiate deals with spirit as your partner, you will always succeed. Let your higher power lead. The synchronicities and intuitive nudges you feel will help you see which way you are being pointed. All right, cool. Giving you confidence to move forward in the right direction. Don't forget to give credit where it's due. Can you guys hear me well? You wouldn't be a success without spirit's guidance. Humility will serve you well when the symbol appears. Okay. And worry not, for those of you who want clarity of that partner, just know that the clarity is here, okay? And now is the time to examine what you are giving energy and attention to in the back of your mind. If any of you are trying to figure it out, for those of you who are unclear about certain aspects, the moment you stop trying to figure it out, the moment that the clarity will appear, okay? If you're obsessing about being right about old resentments or failed expectations about money or any other people, places, or things, these will be the source from which you create. But you want spirit to be your source. Take heart, for your higher power will never desert you and is always waiting for you to remember the sacred partnership you share. Turn away from other sources of power that don't serve your highest good. There is no greater source than spirit. You can always surrender your troubles and trust, and they will be taken care of. You are in good hands. So let's all connect really quickly right now and do a quick ritual. I'll take Divine Blossoming's idea. Breathe down to your diaphragm, breathe out gratitude, and just simply set the intention to connect with spirit and say, Spirit, I wish for you to be my source. And that's it. Let's just take a deep breath. Breathe out gratitude. Okay. So we're going to take 10 breaths together to establish this. In your mind's eye, I want you to have a vision of what spirit is to you, a vision of what this source is. Okay. And I just want you to breathe that in and breathe out gratitude. And we'll do this 10 times. Okay. For me, my symbol is an affinity symbol. And I just see the whole universe. That represents spirit to me, everything that is. And I'll have that be my source. Okay. All right, let's begin. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. And after this broadcast, I want you to do something ceremonial and special to symbolize your connection with Source. Now, I have very relevant channel messages for you. Air, you're different. You're unique. You're not supposed to be like everyone else. Just like fire, you're not supposed to be normal. Earth is supposed to be normal. Earth provides us with structure and system. Air, you blow around. Some of you are still guilty about having weird habits. Some of you are guilty about stuff you do that other people don't think is cool. That's not that's none of your business. That's none of their business if they like what you're doing. Stop feeling guilty. Some of you feel like you're wrong for doing stuff in the privacy of your own home. No, it's not affecting other people. It's something you're doing, and you're letting other people's opinions of it get in your way. Stop. 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 Some of you literally feel like you've done something wrong and you haven't. Now, if you're doing something that bothers someone else and they're telling you to stop and you're crossing their line, that's different. Stop letting people's opinions of your life get to you. If you are, I don't think all of you are, some of you are. I was a little bit guilty of this too. And let me also tell you that many of you, if you're an air sign, if you have air sign energy, air is hearing. Air is the ability to hear vocally telepathic impressions. You're not crazy. You're not schizophrenic, especially if you're a Gemini moon, a Libra moon, or an Aquarius moon. You're not schizophrenic. You are hearing the thoughts and ideas of people. The mental realm is an interconnected realm where we all have thoughts and ideas. This is why no idea is truly original, but you can hear what people think, and people can also send telepathic projections. So check this, my friends. Do not acknowledge negative projections sent at you, whether physically in person or telepathically, because what's happening, beloved, is that people are trying to trigger you, so you give them your energy. Don't entertain that. People will just trigger you and say stuff and don't even acknowledge them. And here's a channel message for a lot of you. Some of you are dealing with someone who's very prideful. They know that they need what you have. They need your intellect. They need your expertise, but they may not like you as a person, or they do like you. They just don't want to admit that they like you. For whatever reason, you might have rubbed them off the wrong way and they might have written you off. Well, now they're realizing that they have to actually help you, or they have to actually help you or gain help from you. And so in their eyes, they look down on you, and they're going to give a certain antagonistic presence to where they want you to feel guilty. They want you to look up to them. No, do not entertain those head games. Like Solar Smith said, wait till that person to mature. If that person is not willing to see you eye to eye, then I'm letting you know right now, they're going to act like they don't need you. They need you. They're going to act like they don't need you. They're going to act like, oh, they're good without you. They need your expertise, okay? Wait for them to actually acknowledge and respect you. If they don't entertain them. If someone is going to try and say certain words, let them say whatever, but wait until they get right. And slowly but surely they will. Don't let anybody play you like that. Certain people will try and joke around it too and say jokes. Don't entertain those jokes. I also get that this is tied to romance as well. Some partner might be trying to make you feel guilty. It doesn't have to be like a romantic partner or a husband or a wife, but it could. They're definitely just trying to make you feel like you have something to catch up to them with, or that you're not good enough. It is a lie. This is just their way of feeling better about others because they're insecure. And whenever you air signs, have you been noticing that when you take your power back, it intimidates people? They start to react defensively and scared because for so long, some of you gave people the impression that, oh, well, and this is the message that I'm getting strong for all you air signs. For so long, in order to actually avoid conflict, a lot of you air signs were like, okay, it's whatever. I'll let these people think whatever. I'll let these people think that they have this power. And now you're snapping back like, no, I don't want to do this. And people are like, what? This person has a backbone? And it's not that you didn't have a backbone. You're just not like fire signs who want conflict. You're like, okay, I don't really care. And now you're like, if I want to, I could snap back and I won't. Okay, so take your power back. This is going to be really amazing. But it's very important when people trigger you, when people say certain things, don't even pay it no mind. All right, until they are willing to respect you, then you can acknowledge them. And this is going to put a lot of people in their feelings, because it's like a lot of people acting childish around you are going to realize, okay, now I actually have to approach this person as equal, and they're going to hate that. But you're going to get your respect back, whether they want to give it to you or not. You don't need any of these people, period. Okay. Keep that in mind. Now, I mean, you don't need any of these people acting too good for you. Trust me on that. Okay. Now, romantically, this may be blended, but also romantically, I get the sense that there's somebody who actually has feelings for you, but they're desperately trying to wipe their feelings off. And some of you are feeling an interconnectivity, but on the surface, you don't see anything and it's confusing. That's because they have feelings for you that they're trying not to feel, because they have certain prejudice towards you as well. Maybe they see who you are on the outside, and you're not cool enough for them. You don't make enough money for their liking. Or maybe there's an aspect of your personality they don't like, but energetically they're drawn to you and they don't know why. And they're trying to hate you. They're trying to be negative towards you. They're trying to push you away, and it's not going to work. The way you can circumvent this is to just give them space. Don't even try and acknowledge them. Trust me when I say they're definitely going to very powerfully, it's more for them. Whatever they're doing to you is because they don't want to acknowledge their feelings about you. They don't want to acknowledge the attraction that they have towards you. As long as you just mind your business and keep doing you, they will inevitably give into it. But just keep that in mind. It's a power dynamic thing. Don't let anybody that you might have an attraction to talk to you any certain way, because you're going to establish a dynamic that is not favorable for you. Okay. Keep that in mind. And the oracle cards that I have for this is spiritual connection and have patience. Okay. Spiritual. Oh, nice. The camera isn't doing that thing it did before. Oh, it is. God damn it. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Okay, you are establishing this spiritual connection that some of you have been feeling for a while. And that's why there is have patience. Love is patient and always in kind, always. You air signs are tapping into the spiritual connection, it's with a higher power, but it's not really working well with a certain person. Whoever you have this spiritual connection with, the reason why you have to have patience is you as an air sign can get it, but they might not like that. They might not even like you. Like you might have to be patient because it'll take time for them to grow into you. You know what I mean? Like they're uncomfortable with how deeply they feel about you. And so you need to have patience with them, because this spiritual connection is something they're going to have to actually embrace. Or it could be with someone who is embracing you. Just have patience with it, because this is going to come through. That's a message for all the air signs. Okay. So now I'm going to go into Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Make sure you listen to this as well. When I do the Libra message, Gemini, listen to that as well. You want to listen to the message for all the air signs, because this is either your fifth, your first, or your ninth house. And that's a grand trine that also taps in. I'm going to say this channeled message one more time. People are going to name call you. People are going to project insecurity at you. And that's like, let's say someone calls you a loser. That's to distract your focus and to give them energy. Do not acknowledge that. It is literally just a fly you can swat. And they're going to be intimidated because you're not acknowledging them. And out of insecurity, they'll be even more angry. Let them burn themselves out. It doesn't matter what kind of pressure someone puts. If someone's not respecting to you, they might as well not exist to you, period. I know it sounds a little petty, but this will help you. So Gemini, okay, Libra, the Gemini cards that I pull will apply to your ninth house, and Aquarius, this will apply to your fifth house. So Libra, this Gemini insight is about your beliefs and the meaning that will come to light. And Aquarius, this is about creativity. Gemini, this is about you. Okay. Gemini, you're stepping into a much more powerful version of yourself. And you're having to accept that there are elements of your behavior. This applies to Aquarius too. There are elements of your behavior that will never make sense to people. And you have to understand, Gemini, that it is okay if people don't understand. All right. Some of you are okay with being misunderstood, but just keep that in mind, Gemini. There are definitely influences who have realized that they've screwed up in the way they have kind of handled beef with you or have approached you. And they're now having to humble themselves in order to get back in your good graces, but their pride will not allow them. Do not accommodate or acknowledge that person's pride. And until they humble themselves, they just don't acknowledge them. Like, it is what it is. Don't lower your own grace and shine to accommodate the insecurity of other people. We don't do that in 2018. We're not going to do that in 2019. Ooh, okay, Gemini, I see you. Ooh, okay, see, this is why I wanted to do this live. So when I pull these cards, you can see what I've been. Ooh, we go. Oh, this one's gonna be boss. Okay, more channeled messages that I have for you though is to be very true to yourself. Okay. Once again, even if what you're saying is unpopular, even if you know it may piss some people off, don't hold your tongue. Okay. Make sure you are in a position very powerfully and very primarily and primordially to, I said primordially, to represent you. Okay. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. Some of you feel very alienated. You are not alone. And Aquarius, this also applies to you too. There are people who are trying to make you feel like you're doing something and that you're trying to go against the world. It's not you against the world. There are many people who will agree with a lot of your out there ideas. So don't listen to that influence that's trying to make you feel like you're being antagonistic, because that couldn't be further from the truth. Like Jim Kincaid said, spirit got our back. We literally got the higher power card. We literally got the 2 high priestesses for all the air signs. So keep that in mind. Geminis are known to not hold their tongues. That is very true. So yeah, I don't think you have to worry about that. But anyway, be careful of manipulation, Gemini, because certain people realize that when you say certain things, certain stuff happens. So they'll try and play this fear game. If any of you Geminis this month are threatened to not say anything or something will happen, that is a green light to say it. Okay, I clearly have a vision of someone trying to lord their power and be like, oh, well, if you say this, then blah, blah, blah. That what they're really saying is say it. Okay, spirit is like, you better say it. Okay, so keep that in mind. Don't listen to any intimidation because it's meaningless. So the underlying theme we have for you, Gemini, is the 2 of Cups, mutual love. All right. And this is very, 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 very amazing, because this is definitely speaking of an important theme that's going to embrace partnership. Some of you, for the very first time, we're seeing the meeting of 2 people come together and complete each other. Any of you in relevant relationships, twin flame connections with Geminis, or are a Gemini, this is the theme of the month. All right, getting together, especially if some of you are single and wanting to mingle. All right, keep that in mind. All right, Ronnie G just said my DM is famous. Our contact has been kept secret. I swear to God on everything. I swear on Zodiac. I was just about to say that this connection involves someone famous, because we literally have the star card. Someone influential or someone famous is now coming into the picture. And when I say fame, they don't even have to have millions of followers on Instagram or Facebook. It's a presence, it's a star power that they have. So let me show you what I mean. Okay. as you can see, we do have the Star card and the Six of Cups. So the main lesson is about a soulmate relationship with someone very influential, literally founded on the world. And we have the Four of Pentacles. That's why I started getting excited, because this is the real deal. Okay, Gemini, you're being watched. The Page of Swords is saying this star has been watching you and they want what you got. So be very prepared to be contacted or to contact someone of this stature. The Six of Cups and the Star card is talking about a pure soulmate connection with someone who is a twin flame. Okay, the star to me is twin flame energy, but this doesn't have to be twin flame. I more prefer sacred partner. The reason why the world is a foundation with the Two of Cups is this is a relationship with someone who completes you, and there's a great stabilization here as well. Now, peep this sacred exchange. You have the Ace of Swords, Gemini, because you are literally a sword of truth, and they have the Ace of Pentacles. You're moving into this truth you speak and manifesting a healthy new beginning. You're hard at work here. And this is what I mean when I say they're here to help or they're watching. This person has a lot of busy responsibility. And I think that they're going to give you some of their responsibility to delegate, because the problem with this person is, especially in a case where they're famous, it's like, I can't trust anybody with this stuff. People just want to use me for my influence, but they're looking at you hard at work, whereas everyone is on their dick or ovaries. You're not even focused. You're focused on your work, and they're like, oh, I can trust this person. And so be very mindful. They're going to contact you. The Page of Swords is being alerted to the truth and really sharing in this responsibility, which will open up greater income. Okay. Very, very beautiful. Very, very powerful. How awesome is that, guys? Like, let's just be real. So honestly, I'm so glad to the person who said that before, because I was like, is the Yep. Cosmic Christie, very well said. The Lyran templates are normal to have the twins that are have and have nots, famous and non-famous, coming into union so that you both mirror each other in that way. I was like, does this mean it's with someone famous? But then one of you said that, so that was confirmation with me. Now, I hate to say famous, famous, famous all over again, because whether they're famous or not doesn't matter. Fame is subjective. I'm really talking about recognition. The star is the card of soulmate recognition. It's connecting with the soulmate who recognizes you. You both recognize each other's souls, and that's beautiful. Okay, we have Aphrodite, vision, and we have differences. So Aphrodite is definitely going to have you see the differences that both you and another person share, and see how you can both, of course, work with those differences. This is once again why I was like, this person could be an, I don't, well, no. That was more for air. So for you, Gemini, keep that in mind. Whatever differences come apart are opportunities of completion with the world, and so that you can complement each other. And then we have breathe and regeneration. You're going to be regenerating a lot of your strength and energy, and you can do this through breathing. This is why we connected the source. Gemini, you do represent the breath of life in many ways, whereas Aquarius is more the knowledge. Gemini is the actual air. I'm still working out what Libra is, but I learned Libra is amazing in that they're justice. So regeneration, rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead, and whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. What you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful, growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways, okay? Trust me when I say Some of you have been depressed because you thought that it screwed up with something or someone, and you don't realize that was just the first version. You had to see what it looks like so something better can come along. Okay, it applies to you if you've been trying to walk away from it, but then spirit keeps on coming back to it. Okay. The world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. There is life after death, love after loss, and in this moment, you are radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is the time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to greet you. What happens when it appears you failed at something? Do you see the beauty in the lesson? The understanding that arises from difficulties is like a seed that lies dormant for a time. Then, once it germinates in your subconscious, it pushes through into your awareness. It is becoming apparent that there is a new you, a new start, a more powerful version of and form of what you began to plant in the garden of your imagination has surfaced. Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna say that one more time. A more powerful version and form of what you began to plant in the garden of your imagination has surfaced. You are ripe for success. New opportunities, much better than those that came before, appear like gifts from the gods, hence the star and the world and the ace. Now is one of those times when out of seeming loss and failure comes remarkable abundance. Do not dwell on the past because you really are experiencing a rebirth. And the last message is endings come in many forms, and now is the time to stop holding on to what must die so that something better can take its place. Nature's cycles include disease, decay, death, and regeneration. Let whatever isn't working in your life die. Don't be afraid to face the facts. There is no need to struggle or grieve. Whatever your query, let it go. You're about to be reborn. Okay. I'm picking up very powerfully for many of you. Have any of you felt this dynamic? This is for all the air signs now. This question. Have any of you felt the dynamic where you hear someone say something hurtful, but you feel love? You're not crazy. This is what I'm trying to say. Like somebody is giving the impression that they hate you, but they actually like you. They just don't want to like you. They're trying to hold it. It's like Helga. How many of you guys have seen Hey Arnold? Helga and Hey Arnold was in love with Arnold. She had a shrine for Arnold. Like she could not stop thinking about Arnold. And what did she do every time she saw Arnold? She made fun of him. She acted like she hated homeboy, but she was in love with this dude. Like she could not get off his D. And so in order to circumvent that, she just had to act like she hated him. That's what's happening for you, especially you, Gemini. So don't be careful. Keep that in mind. Okay. And with breathe, you just want to be patient and meditate and with trust. So keep that in mind. All right. Finally, we have consider your foundation and back to what you love. Your current situation, you are being asked to look at how committed you are to love. And back to what you love. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. So to consider your foundation, go back to what you love. Oh my gosh. That was a very powerful message, if I may say so myself. And let us now move to Libra, my loves of the zodiac. I love Libra. I'm jealous of Libra as well. So if I ever hate on y'all, it's out of jealousy. But I love y'all. I also feel intimidated by y'all. But it's all love at the end of the day. What the hold on. Oh, no wonder. I'm wearing green, so it's affecting the green screen, or the green screen affecting it. Anyway, Libra, for you, I would really just chill out. You know, I kind of feel y'all do too much, and y'all don't feel you do enough. It's amazing. It's hilarious. Gemini, the cards for Libra that I pull are for your 5th house. This is a message of love and creativity. Aquarius, this is your 9th house. So this will apply to you too, Aqua. This is your meanings, okay? Libra rising, moon, sun, Venus, midheaven. This also applies as well. Libra, the channeled message that I'm getting is stop trying to mediate a situation. Stop, and even between you and someone, stop trying. I get the sense that you realize how someone is misinterpreting a situation, and you're trying to show them the logic of it. You're like, if only they just see the truth. Stop trying to, because that person's playing you. They don't care about the truth of the situation. They just feel a certain way, and they're not going to let go of those stubborn feelings. Some of you aren't going to listen to this, and you're still going to feel like you have to, and it is what it is. But don't waste your time. If you find yourself drained of energy, don't waste your time doing this, because it's just going to be a waste of time. Okay, so keep that in mind. I literally vividly see some of you trying to play hero. Okay, I'm not going to stop you from being a hero. I'm just going to say it's not worth it right now. Like, whatever expedition whoever you're trying to save, be careful. I'm not telling you not to save them. I'm just saying don't find yourself in a disappointed position. Okay. And yeah, don't be a martyr. Leave the martyrdom to Pisces. And Pisces, don't be a martyr. We need you here. Anyway, nice. The bottom card is you, justice. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna get to that. Another message that I have for you, Libra, is you can't please the world, and you know this. I for the longest time have felt Libras could be people pleasers, kind of like Geminis, but very recently you have always known you can't please the world. You're not really as fake as people try and make you out to be. You're just diplomatic. You know the merits of having class, and some people see that as fake. It is what it is. But just know that there's certain battles you will not win this month. It doesn't mean you've lost. Okay, when I say you won't win the battles, they're just certain people who will not resonate with what you're saying, even though it's the truth. They have not opened their heart to you. And as long as they have closed their heart off to you, there's literally nothing you can do about that. And it is what it is. I think a lot of you are trying to fight for that person's sake. You don't even care if they agree. You just want to make sure they're okay. Give them some space. That's really all I can say. Oh, Mike, we need to just save ourselves. I'm Captain Save-A-Ho, do show. I feel you. And Adrienne, it is going to be hurtful because some of these people are people who you care about. Libra, you're also realizing that certain people are not invested in you as you may have been invested in them. And this, you might want to look to where you might not be invested in another, because that's what's being mirrored. But just keep that in mind. Other than that, Libra, though, there's a lot of goodies for you. You're stepping into a much more magical sense of yourself that is going to have you see the effect of what you've been causing, because you haven't been aware of it, to be honest. You've been aware of the surface level stuff, but your effect on others is so deep. You may not realize why certain people flip over stuff that's not that serious to you. And this is going to start to let you know. It's not going to change anything you do. You're just going to be more aware. So anyway, we do have the Justice card. Justice is saying that karma is on your side. But in your case, Libra, you are this justice. Gemini is a sword. You are the being who carries that sword of truth, which is why Gemini is in your 9th, and you create knowledge with it, judgment. Okay, so keep that in mind. And Very similarly, not so surprisingly, if you noticed, guys, the Celtic spread cross for Gemini signified a relationship between one side and the other side. This is the same way. So we're seeing this theme mirrored again. We see one side here with the Queen of Cups, and then we see another side here with the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles, which is your camp. And then we have the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands, which is the other camp. You see how they're meeting together? Judgment is the main core, okay? And Edgar, you're right. We are Excalibur. Judgment is the main core. There is an awakening occurring and a change of consciousness. And the challenge is this Queen of Cups. Judgment sometimes could mean that someone's being called all the way out, and it's involving your relationship with this Queen of Cups. It's an awakening of deeper emotions. But this is interesting because we do see you feel stuck, right? You kind of feel stuck. You don't know how to approach or talk to this person. You don't know what words to say, and you always know the right words to say. Or you just might feel a bit insecure. And this person is completely defeated. This is important because both of you are kind of putting up some fronts. Okay, so this person doesn't act like they're defeated. This person probably acts like they got it together. You are definitely in a stable position, but behind the scenes, you're a bit stuck. Behind the scenes for them, they're completely defeated. Okay, and we see how they have the Devil card and the Seven of Cups, and you have all this passionate energy. So keep that in mind. Queen of Wands, Page of Wands means that you're bringing the fire, but you're still able to stabilize it. The 10 of Swords is moving from the 8 to the 10. Moonbay, if you're here, could you assist me with the interpretation? What do you see from this spread? I just got guided to ask you what you can add. But the 10 of Swords is saying an end of a difficult situation. It seems negative, but this is just everything coming up to a head. Okay. The Devil card is saying to beware of deception. And I mean, Devil card, Seven of Cups is escapism and drugs, drug dealing, definitely ruining things by just falling into addiction. You need to regain control. Libra, I'm going to say this until I'm blue in the face. I won't. But Libra, I will say that you guys and Capricorn are being sent the most temptation, because if integrity and justice can be corrupted, then the war is already lost, okay? Or one for them. This individual could be someone who's attempting influence, and you're being sent people who seem to appear great, but they just want to distract you. They definitely want to get you in trouble, and don't allow them that merit, which is why you have justice, right? Be on the right side of karma, because in order for karma, which you're representing, to be right, you have to be right. Okay, so keep that in mind. So, we do have clean it up and co-create. Which is it makes a lot of sense. The clean it up card, deal with any drama. So you can co-create better with the universe. Libra is so powerful because their 5th house is the universe. That's a huge deal. Aquarius. To have genius creativity. Getting to the core of a situation, freedom from burden, cleaning house, and sweeping away what is no longer needed. Okay. For the co-create message, creativity, art, inspiration, fruition, manifestation. You may not consider yourself a creative person, but in fact, you are creating your reality every moment of every day via your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, intentions, and actions. Yet you must consider that you do so in partnership with spirit, consciousness, God, or whatever name you call your higher power. Miko, what's up, Miko? You are a spark of this intelligence that works through you, nudging you with inspired thought and intuitive guidance. You are a paintbrush that co creates a beautiful, unique expression of your own individuality blended with universal spirit. You are a product of divine inspiration, and now you are aligned with it to create miracles. When you view your life as art and know you co create it, only beauty and grace result. Prepare to be amazed. Okay. And you're going to be co-creating by cleaning up what needs to be released. But what really has my attention here, and I'm going to have to draw on the wisdom now. We have forbidden and choices. I love you too, Miko. Looking forward to the good news soon. I got some really great news for you. We have forbidden and choices. Libra, you have a very important choice to make. And that's where the justice card comes in. The justice card is a decision, right? So for forbidden, we have, as your goddess, I am sending you this warning. You're about to enter into a situation that will not be easy and could cause you or others pain. Not all doorways are meant to be opened. Not all relationships are good for you. Not all love is expressed. And not all desires are realized. Right now, I am saying no to you. The symbol for forbidden also reminds you that although you may feel pain when someone rejects you, this is one of my ways of protecting you. I may whisper in someone's ear to stay away. It is for the best, even if you don't believe it right now. This is another symbol to move on and choose another path. And I think it's interesting how the choices card is looking at the forbiddenness. You might have to make that choice. The forbidden card resonates entirely with the devil card, where certain things are just not for you. Okay. Every choice you make has a consequence, even your thoughts are like magnets, drawing experiences to you for the good and for the bad. Do you know the story of the winged immortal in the House of Night who had to choose between the dark and the light? Do you know what he chose? Right now, you are faced with such a choice. All you need to do is to ask, is this for the highest good? The choice you make will be an important step in your life lessons. Remember, even not deciding is a choice. What will it be? Choose another card to show you what your choice will bring you. And this is where the devil card as guidance resonates with where is the choice looking at? The forbidden. I think some of you may actually have to make a forbidden choice. If you're able to choose outside of that, keep that in mind. But yeah, that's the message that I have for you as it comes up. And we have ask for help and be willing to express love. Okay. What is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. And be willing to express love. When we express love, we begin to receive more love. All right. From above, like a dove. What's up? Oh, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What they know. You want to know about me, though. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, Libra. And now, finally, we are moving to Aquarius. The extraordinary air sign, congratulations, Aquarius. You have made it to the semifinal round for the zodiac competition. Aquarius beat Leo, and then they beat Scorpio, who beat Taurus, and then they are now facing Capricorn. Okay. So the winner of Aquarius versus Capricorn moves to the final match against Sagittarius, which it's their season. So, Sagittarius has just been super lucky. Nice. Gemini, the cards that I pull for Aquarius represent your ninth house. So these cards will show you what you're dealing with beliefs. And for Libra, this is your fifth house of creativity and love. Damn. All right. Yawning is clearing energy. That makes so much sense. Every time I'm around Pisces or I do stuff with Pisces, I yawn so much because y'all just generate so much energy. And it'd be looking like I'm not paying attention to y'all and I think you guys are boring, but it's like, nah, because I won't even be tired. I'll just start yawning. So thank you for saying that. Thank you. Aquarius, the messages that I have for you are really simple. Honestly, Aqua, a lot of you have a lot of you kind of circumvent, a lot of you did the work in advance. So it's like you're that kid who, thank you, Pineapple Kisses. You're that kid who like finished the high school examination before everyone, and you're just kind of waiting for everyone to leave because you try to leave class and the teacher was like, oh nope, you got to wait for everyone to finish the test. And you're like, really? I can't just leave right now? Like, what? And it's like, nope, you have to wait. And it's like, oh God. Taurus is going to take forever to finish their test, but it's all good. Shout out to the Earth Tribe. Yesterday's video was dope. All right. Oh. So we have the High Priestess. It is very important, Aquarius, that you trust your intuition. You're going to be seeing a series of synchronicities. And let me tell you why this is happening for you, okay? The synchronicities that you're seeing represent secrets that other people cannot be hip to. And they're meant solely for you, if that makes sense. They're specifically meant for you to be in a position to take these synchronicities and see as from the universe. These synchronicities and serendipities are going to lead the way forward, and they're going to reveal to you mysteries of what others are going through and how to move forward in very healthy ways. It's just very important you embrace this because it's literally like the universe and spirit giving you secret messages. It's like a spy. I want you to really look at this as like a spy or a secret agent who, like, you have to get intel secretly because you're in the mission right now, and it's going to be through synchronicities that you can see. And it's like someone could be deceiving you right now, and then it's like your intuition is like, oh my gosh, I don't know why, but that person's bullshitting me. And right as you come to that awareness, a bus passes by and it has 44, and that's your synchronicity. Like, yeah, your intuition is right. Trust that. So it's like real time, which is just super badass. And so, as you can see, Moonbay, I would really love if you can offer your interpretation on this spread as well. Spirit is just like, ask Moonbay for her observation because she's on fire right now. But yes, anyway, we do have the Hangman. We do have the Hangman, and we do have the Wheel of Fortune, which is definitely talking about surrendering to destiny. This is why you need to trust your intuition. Okay. Most Aquarian downloads be on fleek. That is nothing but facts. That is nothing but facts. Okay. We have the Hangman. We have the Wheel of Fortune. It's crowned by the Three of Wands, and the Five of Wands is brainstorming. A lot of you have long-term plans moving forward that you're brainstorming and working through competition to denote. Just like Libra and just like Gemini, we have the dynamic between the Queen of Swords and the Page of Cups. There's the Hermit and the Page of Cups, and then there's you as the Queen of Swords, especially with the Six of Pentacles. I like that, but you got to fight for it, right? This is definitely speaking a lot of you being in a position of having your intellect, but also working with people who wish to balance what you got. But this is all about surrendering to destiny, because all through this month, right? Thank you, Antonio. Much appreciated. Through this entire month, you are going to be shifting, and destiny is going to be bringing everything into place for you. And that's why you just need to surrender to these changes. If you try and do anything to affect what's happening, you could actually make things worse. So just allow them to happen. This is the best way, and just let things fall into place. The Hermit is in the future position, and it's coming from here. So there are multiple interpretations I have for this, okay? The first is this Nine of Wands is this Six of Pentacles. It's you deliberating and brainstorming with this individual who's a little bit, is almost looking over your shoulder to kind of protect you while they also work with things. So your guides are doing things behind the scenes, just like Moonbay said. But the Hermit card is talking about you moving forward and internalizing a lot of these changes. You're actually going to gain a special epiphany that will make sense to only you, because you're seeing things from your shoes outwards instead of outside looking in. Simultaneously, this represents the Page of Cups. If you can see, the Hermit is this Page of Cups, and they're a little bit indecisive, which is why they're actually opening up their heart. The guidance is the Page of Cups, urging you to open up your heart. Oprah is an Aquarius. Open up your heart to new love, because I mean, this is a card of new love, but it's also speaking of possibly somebody that actually declares love for you. And maybe Oprah is a Sagittarius moon, by the way, Katrina Brown. So you were right. She's a Sag moon. But other than that, this could be someone who, you know, shares their love. Maybe they were indecisive before and they kept to themselves, but they come out, and this is what destiny guides you to. So this offer really of love or romance is going to inspire you to open up your heart. But the Two of Swords says you may inadvertently close your heart out, not to this new love, but really just keep things on the hush hush. That's really what I get. Whatever kind of develops, you keep on the hush hush. This is intuitively what I'm getting from the situation. And you really just more so or less process. All right. But that's the main gist of the reading for this month. Despite what's happening, I love how for all the air, it's a dynamic between one and the other. And your luck is shifting for the better. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune as a challenge is really more so going with the flow of destiny and not against it by trying to control too much. Y'all. So we have confidence in the high priestess of water. The high priestess of water wants to actually raise your confidence in your intuition, hence the high priestess. This is all for the purpose of putting you in a position to actually not discredit your intuition. Aquarius has very strong intuition, but sometimes you do not acknowledge your intuition because you realize that they're really just coming from your feelings, and you cannot dismiss your feelings just because they're not necessarily logical or in some cases accurate. You're going to be stretching out a lot of your intuitive strength and supernatural ability. So just like someone pointed out, another high priestess, all right? For the air, we had high priestess of fire, high priestess of earth. For Aquarius, we had the high priestess of water. The underlying theme is the high priestess, and under that was actually the tower and the king of swords and the knight of wands and the ace of cups and the ace of wands. I'm not supposed to show you all that, but we do have the high priestess, and then we also have another high priestess card, the yin. So this month is 100% about trusting your intuition. It's no coincidence that we have all this receptive cards. By the book and yin. By the book urges you to really adhere to structure and tradition where necessary. And this has much to do with the yin principle. Okay. Don't necessarily go against adhered traditional principles when it comes to your receptive quality. In fact, I don't even see that it has to be mixed, but the feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking in cues, the art of conscious allowing. This is a time of calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you, ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you. Poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you. It implies sensitivity. One moment. It implies sensitivity. Well, hold on. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you, poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you. It implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you and yours. Remember, you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shaped, not the shaper, and you'll see how quickly your dreams manifest. Do you think it's a coincidence that we have the surrender card that is literally just saying to just surrender and let fate work? You're definitely being worked on in amazing ways. Let others take the lead right now. Your power lies in small gestures, soft awareness, and conscious surrender. By yielding the reins, you will find yourself effortlessly moving closer to what you truly desire. Permit others to tell you who they are and who they can be to you. By allowing their actions to speak about them, you will be pleasantly surprised. This is a time when the most effective action is to allow others to show you the way forward, observe their behavior, and follow their lead. Your desire to push through must take a backseat for now. Collaborate and offer your ideas rather than dictating what must happen. Let others come to you. It's important that they feel they have power now. Another meaning is about releasing your need to have things in the form you want. How do you want to feel? Basking in your success. Now allow the universe to show you the form. Yin is the sign of essence. Things may go more smoothly than you expect. Do you have trouble receiving? You stop the flow of abundance when you constantly insist upon being the giver. You can't always lead, always give, always teach. You must be the student, the open vessel, and the one who receives the gift. Gesture or offer in equal measure. Take the cup. Open up and let love, life, abundance, and spirit fill you without demand or expectation. Just receive the bounty that is yours. Okay. And I'm actually getting the sense that for some of you Aquariuses, you might get approached by someone who is not your type, like at all. It might even make you cringe, right? And the appearance of that person may not necessarily look the best or whatever, but what that person has inside is everything you want, everything you've wanted. It's so for you. Okay. We even have, get this. All right. So the guidance here is the Page of Cups, which is all about opening your heart to love and new love. So the love cards we have for you are take a chance of love. I'm not making this up. Take a chance of love and look to your inner strength. Okay. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. Some of you have to take that chance. If some of you had a yes or no, should I not, take that chance. It's a risk. That's the Wheel of Fortune. The challenge of the Wheel of Fortune is you have to take a risk to surrender to fate and look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. Be aware of the, stay in the present, be aware of the past and the future, whatever. But yes. So that was really awesome. We cleared some great energy. Shout out to those of you sending me healing energy. It worked. It is working. You guys are awesome. As always. As always. And now I'm going to do the super chat. So, like I said before, enjoy this month. There's going to be great blessings for everyone involved, as we can see. Tomorrow is the 5th. I was originally going to do the Fire Tribe for the 6th, but the 6th is a day of new moon ceremonies before I go to LA on the 7th with Maru so that we can do ayahuasca ceremony. So I'm going to do the fire and the water and fire tribe tomorrow, 2 separate lives, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. So stay tuned. Swirly 777, what should I do about John? We have the Temperance card. Temperance is urging you to be patient. You actually want to have moderation here. So find ways you can balance what his strengths are and your strengths are. How can you complement each other's weaknesses and strengths and be in a position to kind of make the best? Because temperance will take differences between two people and create greater strength with that. Leslie, we have the Tower card and the 6 of Cups. There's an unexpected upheaval that's going to bring a soulmate situation into play and clear falsities. Thank you, Edgar. Much appreciated. So that you can tap into a greater sense of purity. Good night, Quantum Storm. And I believe you, Tawanda. Thank you. I'm looking forward to it. Tawanda Vance, message about career. We have the 4 of Pentacles, assured material gain, and perseverance. Okay, so keep on doing what you're doing. You're going to gain so much more money and recognition. Just make sure you save that money and just don't give up. Okay, summer solstice. This literally flew out. Message about Scorpio relationship. Stay objective. Especially if they're the Scorpio, you need to be the balance of just being logical whenever they get into their extreme moments, okay? Margaret, the channel message I have for you is that you are surrounded by very powerful angels. You need not be tense. You need not be tense. If you need any assistance, you just need to say the word and direct intent, and angels will take that intent and help you manifest that and add to your actions. So this is great to know you're protected as well. Okay. Norma, we do have temperance. You want to bring good management and moderation, which will definitely help you with your career. There's great balance that's coming through, and you just want to really moderate your lifestyle so that you can facilitate this balance. Nika, we do have the Six of Wands. The highest good on your current path is success, admiration, people really admiring the work you've done. You're stepping into greater leadership. And for you, I get the sense that you have to be comfortable being more popular, because this is what's going to happen for you. MK, you have just defeated a major boss. Not the final boss, but like the boss before the final bosses. You just kicked ass. If you found yourself sick, if you found yourself really negative, that's because you kicked demon ass and you just got off the heels of a deep spiritual battle that you need to celebrate. Okay. You're over the next week, you're going to actually gain experience. When you win a battle in an RPG, you gain experience and you level up. So you're going to level up because of this victory. Moonbay, the general message we have for you is the temperance, bringing you together with a soulmate so that you can balance each other's energy. This is saying, of course, to moderate your energies so that you can have greater balance as well. Miss Bevis, we do have the Tower card for you. The Tower card is saying, for hearing that, you might want to induce some unconventional ideas as things are going to shake itself up, and adaptability will be necessary. Okay. Edgar, whatever comes through, we have the Knight of Cups and the King of Pentacles. This is talking about you working the business that you have and being invested by wealthy people, or you kind of making more amazing financial decisions, but you have to do so in a very emotional way, not where you don't have control over your emotions, but instead of being too logical, appeal to people's feelings. The more that, oh yeah, thank you, Mika, I'll make sure I do that. The more that you keep that in mind, the better. All right. It looks like these could also be two central figures that will be helping you this week. Modern day spiritualist, you're going to have to deal with differences of opinions. Okay. So I get the sense that there's certain people who are trying to discredit what you do. They don't believe in what you believe. They think that you're dumb. Oh my God, I'm sensing it strongly. There's certain people who believe you're an idiot, especially for what you believe, right? And so if you're trying to prove to them what it is you believe, you're wasting your time. But there's breakthrough that's going to happen because they're going to see your actions. They're going to see, despite how they feel about you, they're going to see your actions when you don't know that they're looking at you, and they're going to become a believer because they see how through your actions you apply your beliefs and it works for you in that situation because you walk your talk. And that's going to do more than trying to convince them ever could or would. Chris Menifee, you have to confront like 3 different people. And these confrontations aren't at all negative. They don't have to be like horrible conflicts, but you have to get to confronting. There's certain people that you have to really open up how you feel and put it on the table. I think one of those is like actual beef. So make sure you're ready to fight the good fight. Anything that you have pent up, you need to release. You know you have to confront them because it's a stuck feeling in your throat and heart chakra. Like you're holding back. Don't hold it back. And you saying it will trigger a serendipitous flow of events. Miss Bevis, who are my angels that I tend not consider? That's a very interesting question, Miss Bevis. You, the angel of death, I'd say. There aren't really any angels that you don't consider, and they show themselves to you. I think there's a reason you asked that, though, and that's because there's a death force that you're not bringing into consideration that really wants to help you clear that which doesn't serve you. Miss Bevis, you don't consider it because you don't really, I think you're more defensive or you're more healing, and this force is an offensive force that's like, yo, who do you got problems with? I'll take care of it. So it wants you to consider it more and to talk to it. And it's really here just to clear out anything that's blocking you. Okay. Sanal Kadora, let me have it. We have the Justice card. There's a decision being made. Karma and justice is on your side as well. I get the sense that you have to confront someone who might not be being the most fair to you, and just confront them and make sure that you hold them accountable, and justice will be on your side. Gladiator and Sweats, confirmation about my connections to dragons. We do have the King of Swords. I want to see if I can pull a dragon card from the Druid Oracle. Lady's Mantle. Okay, we have Ram, which is breakthrough. But the King of Swords is talking about a highly intellectual connection. The King of Swords, I feel, represents your higher self, especially with the star. So it's like you do have connections to the dragons, but it's like they don't come directly to you. They come to this facet of yourself that can speak their language. It's literally like a higher Aquarius. It's like you in Aquarius form, and you kind of connect with them in an objective way, because some of the dragons may try and like play with you, and it's not like they're trying to deceive you, but they may try and like play with you. And this King of Swords is like, no, it's like your lawyer. There we go. So it's like when you connect with the dragon clan, and not everyone has this, by the way, but when you can, but this means you're legit. Your connection with the dragon clan is in such a way where it's like you have this lawyer, because the lawyer knows how they do. And so it's like they'll say stuff and they'll represent you. So it's like, my client Jasmine wants to do this and this with you. Just assume that the dragons are like shady record companies. Not all of the dragons are shady, but if there was a shady record label that tried to sign you, the King of Swords is like, nope, we don't like this in the contract. You need to fix this up. So they're definitely going to help you. All right. And the dragons are cool, but this is just in case. Junior, advice on toxic work relationships. Okay. We have the Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups. This is actually saying to open your heart. There's new love. I'm getting you can leave the toxic relationships, because there's new love with people who connect with you at a pure level. Okay. If this is towards the relationship, it's saying to really express this unconditional love, to purify the connection and walk with integrity. Will he ever see my worth? Haley, yup. We do have the Justice card. Once you make the decision to really express it, all right, this is not really a yes or no answer. It's conditional. It's yes or no depending on what boundaries and lines that you cross. He will see your worth once you've decided to really stand by your own. It could be hard for him to see your worth if you let him get away with things that don't honor and value you. But this is really more so making sure you hold him accountable. And for Roderick, we have the Ace of Cups, new love, psychic breakthrough. Oh, yes, this is for you. All right. Peace out, Moonbay. Thanks for joining. And Roderick, this is talking about brand new love. Whether it could also mean new spiritual gifts and psychic breakthrough if it's not anything romantically inclined. And I think that's a really, really, really great way to end off this forecast with the Ace of Cups. So I'm going to end this here. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned. Tomorrow we're going to get to water and fire. And until next time, peace.